was the lead prosecutor up until the time I retired from the district attorney's office. I have no special insights into this particular trial. Since I left the office, obviously, I've had no contact with the strategies or day-to-day workings of the trial. I'm talking merely based on my experience as a trial attorney for almost 20 years and what normally happens in this case. And I've had trials where jurors do get dismissed and replaced with alternate jurors. And in this case, it is unusual, but it is not unprecedented. Judge Thompson and the attorneys obviously felt that there was something there that felt that they needed to replace those juries for whatever reason, either that they weren't able to deliberate according to the oath that they took and the law that they were directed on by Judge Thompson. And so in consultation with the attorneys, after talking to them, a decision was made to replace those 3 jurors. Obviously, we don't know the reason why. There could be a myriad of reasons why.
Like what? What are some of the common things you've seen in the past?
Well, in a lot of cases, you will have jurors sometimes who just refuse to deliberate. And they will just kind of sit there stone-faced with their arms crossed and refuse to partake in anything. And other jurors will report them. The foreperson might report to the judge, hey, we've got a juror who just refuses to deliberate. And under the law, jurors take an oath that they will fairly and conscientiously deliberate and determine the facts of the case and apply the law to those facts. And so if you have a juror who just refuses to do that, it is within the prerogative of the judge to say, we're going to thank and excuse you for your service, and we're going to put the alternate in. In a trial like this that's lasted as long as it has, it could be something as simple as personal conflicts. You have to remember these folks have been together for the better part of 4 months. They've now been at this trial 10 days, but more like 3 weeks, under very stressful circumstances, tasked with a very enormous responsibility of finding guilt or innocence for 2 people charged with the death of 36 people. It could very well be that tensions just kind of rose to a point where they're saying, you know, I can't stand this person anymore, and I got to get out of here. Usually that's not enough for a juror to be dismissed. A lot of times a judge will say, okay, you guys got to behave, be adults, get over it, get along. But in some circumstances, the judge may feel that the atmosphere in a jury room is so toxic that it's better just to let those jurors go and start fresh with a new pool who get along.
The fact that it's not just 1 juror, but it's 3, does that tell you anything more about the possibilities here? I mean, there were so many rumors earlier in the day about a possible mistrial, about possible juror misconduct. Would that be something that, let's say if it was the 3 of us and we were talking about the case outside the courtroom, would that be enough to get you replaced?
Larry, that's a great point, and that's almost a very big reason. That could be a very good reason as to why 3 would be dismissed. In fact, that's what I was thinking, that as an attorney, having done having done 50 jury trials in my career, when you have a number of jurors like that, the first thing that you're going to say as an armchair attorney, since you're not the one prosecuting, is that, oh, they must have all talked together. Maybe they got together over the weekend at someone's house and said, you know, we can figure this out better than anyone. Now, this is all speculation on our part, but that's a very good observation. And I think in this case, you know, Judge Thompson was wise enough at the beginning of the trial to give the court some cushion. So I think they picked 6 alternates, which is very unusual. Usually in a case, even in a felony case, you'll have 2, maybe 3 alternates. I think Judge Thompson, being a very experienced judge, being very wise, knew that this case could last a while, that conflicts might arise, so she picked 6 alternates. Maybe she felt, in consultation with the attorneys, look, we have the cushion of alternates. Better to replace these 3 for whatever reason that they felt that they needed to be replaced, but she gave herself that cushion to do it, and I think she exercised that.
But they had already dismissed a couple, right? I mean, we don't have 3 alternates left at this point, do we?
No. So I know that at least 1 alternate was seated almost immediately at the start of the trial due to some either medical or personal reason of one of the jurors that was seated. I can't remember off the top of my head if there was a 2nd juror, but I know that there are only probably 1 or 2 alternates left, which in a normal situation is plenty of wiggle room. In a case like this, it starts to make probably all parties a little more queasy because you do have less, you know, you have less room to maneuver at this point if something happens to those other jurors or if they run into other problems. You're not going to have that many alternates left.
Yeah, and really fascinating development. And again, there have been a lot of rumors during the day. If there is indeed a gag order that accompanies this move, we may not know for a long time exactly what precipitated this.
Right. You know, we don't know, for example, if the judge made any findings on the record, on the public record. You know, we know that she thanked and excused 3 of the jurors and replaced them with the 3 alternates. We don't know if she made any other findings on the public record. It would be unusual for her to do so. there's no need. You know, we really appreciate that the court system in general, and law enforcement and defense attorneys and everybody in the criminal justice system really appreciates the hard work of jurors. They do it, you know, for free. They're called to do it as a public service. So usually there is not a benefit to, you know, throwing a juror under the bus. Even if they made a mistake and it amounts to misconduct, you're not going to want to publicly broadcast and embarrass them any further. I mean, they've done an admirable job of what they've done. So you're right, we may never know.
Let's continue to analyze what happened today in just a second, but we want to catch our viewers up on the charges, the defendants, and what exactly they are being charged with and what they're on trial for. So this is basically, we have Derek Almena, the master tenant, if you will, charged with 36 counts of involuntary manslaughter. And of course, we also have Max Harris, the creative director of the Ghost Ship, who has also been charged with 36 counts of involuntary manslaughter for the fire that happened in December of 2016. Now, what would a reasonable person do? We broke this down to show you criminal negligence, the prosecution claiming they lied about the use of the Ghost Ship, meaning Almena and Harris, that they created a dangerous condition and that they're indifferent to consequences of actions.
Yeah, the prosecutors announced the charges against Almena and Harris on June of 2017, and lawyers on both sides agreed a trial would be both expensive and lengthy. A judge encouraged them to try to reach a settlement, which was reached, actually. They got the settlement done July of 2018, and a no contest plea was entered for Almena and Harris. Almena, he would have gone to prison for 9 years, and Harris for 6 years, but then the deal didn't last because family and friends of the victims asked the judge to reject that deal, saying the punishment was not harsh enough, and then the judge followed through with a rejection, so they had to go, okay, well, now we're going full bore into the trial.
And let's bring David back in to talk about this. You were, of course, still on the case when that judge rejection happened. And not talking specifically about this, but in general, you know, when you have families that are have gone through this trauma, this tragedy, and they're very emotional, and they say that is not enough. Is that something that would cause the judge to say, okay, then, and for the DA, is the decision like, okay, we got to roll with the dice because we got to respect the family?
So in this case, there's a little nuances to it. So Judge Kramer was the judge who rejected the plea deal. And under
a different judge.
A different judge, not Judge Thompson. Right. Judge Kramer.
Over the last 12 years, you've helped MyPillow create thousands of jobs right here in the USA. Every MyPillow is made with passion here in my home state of Minnesota to ensure you get the best sleep of your life.
One of the things that I really like about MyPillow is the support. It gives my neck a little hug.
I've never slept better in my life. What's better than a great night's sleep?
Sleep is one of the most important things to your health, and MyPillow is one of the most important things to your sleep. Call or go online now. Take advantage of my 2-pack special. Use the promo code and get 2 MyPillows for just $69.98. That's only $34.99 a pillow. Call or go online now. I tried every pillow from expensive down pillows that just went flat to fiber-filled pillows that rebound every time you move your head. I even tried those memory foam pillows, and the curve did not match my neck, and it probably won't match yours. That's why I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and aligned.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night, and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
MyPillow lasts 10 years, is machine washable and dryable, and comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee.
I personally guarantee MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own or your money back. Call or go online now. Take advantage of my 2-pack special. Use the promo code and get 2 MyPillows for just $69.98. That's only $34.99 a pillow. Call or go online now. With our 60-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Sleep well, America!
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
People are people. We want to talk about who we are. It's the power of sharing your authentic journey. So let's talk about it.